Hi, this is Nanette Tosenfeld with the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021. Looking at fire potential impacts over the next few days, we are looking at near record heat heading into this weekend. We will see a few thunderstorms today with increasing mixed wet and dry thunderstorms on Thursday and Friday. Over the past 24 hours, there's really not been much in the way of precipitation and no lightning. We continue to pick up a few new fires across the Great Basin each day. The new fires from the past 24 hours are in red. Things have really dried out over the past week across the area. You can see the image on the right showing precipitation over the past 30 days has quite a bit more precipitation than what we've seen in the past 7 days. What we have seen in the past week has been focused across the northern part of the area. ERCs reflect this precipitation pattern. You can see really unusually high ERCs across the southern part of the Great Basin. Across the area as a whole, we are seeing those ERCs trend upwards. Looking at those ERCs over time, GB6, which is in southern Idaho, was near normal for a while but has rapidly begun to increase. That increase is expected to continue with the hotter weather in the forecast. GB33 in southwestern Utah has been near record values for quite some time. Live fuel moisture, for the most part, across the Great Basin is below normal. There are a couple sites closer to normal. You can see Notch Butte in southern Idaho and Pioche in eastern Nevada are close to normal values. For the most part, we are looking at below normal live fuel moistures across the area. Satellite this morning shows clear skies under high pressure across the area. For today, we do have that high pressure in place across the Great Basin. No high risks on our significant fire potential map for today. We are expecting some isolated wet and dry thunderstorms across the area. Today, those will be mainly across portions of western Nevada and not widespread enough that we're really highlighting those. Winds will be pretty light for the most part. As we move into Thursday, we begin to see moisture increase across the area. We have issued a high risk for lightning across the red areas on the map on the right. Again, these storms will be a mix of wet and dry, so there will be moisture with some of the storms. However, there is concern with lightning and the really dry fuels that we've seen. Looking at Thursday in more detail, in that image on the right, you can get some sense of where those storms are expected to develop tomorrow afternoon. Winds will, again, for the most part, be pretty light on Thursday. As we move into Friday, that moisture shifts a bit eastward. You can see a larger area of Utah highlighted for that lightning concern. The image on the right showing those precipitation amounts again highlights the areas that will receive that will see those thunderstorms develop tomorrow afternoon. Winds will begin to pick up on Friday ahead of an approaching storm system. Over the next 3 days, precipitation will be pretty spotty as it will be just what is associated with storms that develop. So we move into Saturday, wind starts to become more of a concern. There's an upper level disturbance moving to the north of the area that will increase winds across the northern part of the Great Basin, and we have a high risk for winds issued for northern Nevada and southwestern Idaho on Saturday. Also a high risk for lightning across eastern Utah with that moisture. On Sunday, continuing to see those winds increase as that another storm system drops into the Pacific Northwest. You can see the wind high risk for Sunday across the western Great Basin. And then as we move into Monday, we do expect that we'll continue to see that wind threat into next week. No high risk out for that yet, just because it's still a little far out in time, but we will continue to monitor the wind risk for early next week. Then as we move into Tuesday, again, looking at the potential for some increasing moisture across parts of the Great Basin, as well as the expectation that we will continue to see those gusty winds into Tuesday. Over the next 7 days, precipitation will largely be connected to what storms develop. In the 8 to 14 day outlook, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for above normal temperatures across the eastern part of the Great Basin, below normal temperatures further west, with below normal precipitation for the entire area. And that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thanks.